And first, sure, it's a realization that you never were a victim, that you believed in the idea that the outside reality predisposes your life. This is the main realization we need to rewire in our brain to start acting and thinking differently. And if you look back, you really understand that many things, many troubles were created by your fears, your doubts, self-doubts, disbelief, and something which you rejected because you were thinking that I cannot handle this, like fear of responsibility, for instance, fear of too good opportunities, sometimes like this even. This scenario of 4 days, you can even write down or maybe re-listen then and write down such interesting game for yourself, how to start forming your reality, even before feeling that I am everything. Because when you awaken and have samadhi experience, it's much easier to believe in this concept because you really, really, on practical experience, recognize that you never was a body and never was personality. You are the perception that embraces all your world. You are the frame of movie. You are the whole frame of movie in which this seems or character is living. That's why there's no so much importance left about personality, no self-importance. Ego becomes very small when you realize that you never was this ego. And this is foundation. But even before awakening experience, before enlightenment, you can just as a concept agree with the idea, just with analysis of your mind, remembering your previous events, that you were forming your reality and all your dreams even were coming true, but sometimes not super fast or not as you expected in some different, the gift in different wrapping, different decorations, not precisely how you were seeing this. But anyways, we are manifesting all the time, whether we like it or not. But some people unconsciously manifesting only bad things. People who know how to create reality, gradually improving their quality of their life and the conditions they're living in. This is not a magic. This is how we retranslating the reality from what we have inside us, what state we are carrying. But let's play the game. First day, you are living without your past. You imagine that you don't have any definition of yourself. What qualities I have? For instance, I have such capacities of money and I have such financial ceiling which I cannot break through. And you had the idea about yourself, what was happening in yesterday. But if we objectively look at the situation here and now, anything which connected with yourself as personality is just a thought which is connected to the past. It's not real right here, right now. It's just your thoughts connected to who you were yesterday. If you deeply realize this, you understand that each second of time can be a quantum leap and change in your reality. If you would just spit out everything that you were thinking predisposes you as personality. So you have some foundation of who I am as a character already. Like I'm a wife or a husband, I have such job, as if everything is predisposed and there are no other opportunities, possibilities to fix the situation which you have right now. Maybe you cannot even see the ways with your mind. But the trick is when you live without past, a single day, all day you are like nulled your brain and start reacting more out of the impulse or feeling from the body or initial call, as if you cannot react how you were acting before. And our main task within this day is to erase all thoughts about the past, because past problems are dragging behind us to the future. This is how we form reality. We believed that we have problems. We believed yesterday was this and that, and we wake up in the morning and we pull into our memory box what was happening. I'm this, I was born there, I have such problem, and I remembered about this. What about spend one day without remembering what problems you even have? You are erasing all previous concepts about yourself, about who behaved towards you, this or that, and even when you are facing like some communication with your relatives, imagine that they are blank, that they also never was the specific attitude towards you. They are completely like, not bots, but mannequins of your life, that they are also carrying those qualities which you gave them. This is not puppet mastering. I'm telling you, it's not like manipulation of people, but it's more how you can shift other people in your reality. Because in our reality, guys, simultaneously, there are probabilities of any outcomes, any your conditions of life, here and now. So the trick is to jump on the nearest lifeline where, for instance, your mother no longer triggers you with like constant demands, who you should be and what you should and must, for instance. And you like, okay, see your mother as just human in front of you. And with relaxation and trying not to give you any characteristics, you just observe, nullify your brain and observe. And probably someone will succeed in such small things right away if you will be able to really play this role of person who is newborn. That I'm just newborn, I never saw the earth, I never saw the trees. Who knows, maybe you will even awaken and be more present, because it requires some concentration not to be distracted by thoughts and not to give them your attention. Again, attention is the main tool to form reality. You should remember once and for all where our attention goes. Not only energy flows, our state flows and forming the picture outside. It's very easy to understand. So we only creating this Groundhog Day endlessly. And we are endlessly can be losers or misfortunate or something only because we believed in the idea of ourselves as this. People who were, for instance, less traumatized in life and were born in more comfortable conditions, in rich family, for instance, for them, it's easier to keep on feeding into the same scenario to support the idea of themselves as lucky, loved, have money. For a person who never was rich, it's very hard to feel how it is to be rich. And this is only the obstacle. So our first day is just imagining that I nullified any concepts, ideas about myself. I don't know who I am, what character, interests I have. And you like trying to be empty and feel, connect with your sensations and feel what you would like to do right now, here and now. And also you need to recognize who is acting, who inside you is acting, and why he acting like this, why he wants to, for instance, react on aggression with aggression, why he is so triggered by this or that. You just calmly observing from the outside that some personality just have a habits to react this or that. It's interesting. The second day, let's call day without future. Day without future is that you understand the such concept like all facts in your world, all reality which you perceive right now, what you have around you, maybe what car you have, what job you have. These are all connection to our old programs and old definition of who we are. It's just reflection of my old life, my past life, which was formed out of some programs which I was carrying as a character, as a personality. So transition to another branches of reality, formation of new reality happens when we are starting to choose different things. We're choosing new reactions, maybe on the similar events. We have completely new reactions. We are training ourselves to be in present moment and ask yourself how I can react differently. Why we need these different reactions? Because all events in our life, guys, are not good or bad. We are coloring these events with some attitude. Oh, this is bad, this is good, this is misfortune, this is good luck. But you never know what good luck will give you. Maybe such a huge stress you won't bear, or what you will receive as a result after some accident, even car accident. Okay, you broke your leg, you're in the hospital. In the hospital, you realized something which you never had a chance to realize, just to stop and reconsider your life, or you received some great insight or idea. So we never know. We are coloring all events from the position of victim or creator. Victim will always complain and speaking about injustice of all that happens around her, and thus she's creating the similar events where she will be only confirming the status of victim. And her attitude will never change because there is no awareness. So here the tool is awareness, to reverse your perception and try to reconsider any situation without saying this is good or bad, but flipping your attitude towards what benefits inside this situation I can pull and use for myself. Because everywhere we have benefits, everywhere. And your task, since now on, choose your attitude, react differently, and ask yourself, if I will react more emotionally right now, what it will give me. It will be supporting only my role in this game as always in conflict, always yelling, always a stressed person, always a victim, always someone who attracts more and more events like this when someone attacking me. So all events have no charge. They're just a fact, sober fact, from which we can either benefit or we can lose our energy because we believed in the idea that this is bad. And we drain ourselves with our own attitudes. So what future we will be forming, guys, this is like 100% dependent on what attitude we are given to situations that we are facing daily, what coloring we are given, dark colors or bright colors. For instance, I have some credit, or I have the date of paying credit is approaching. And I can say, oh my God, it's obligation, why I have this credit, I have debts, I'm miserable, blah, blah, blah. Or I'm paying out this credit with joy, saying that this credit helped me because, credit as such, debt is not good or bad. It's how you will use it. This credit helped me to have a leverage to start my new life, to be no longer working on someone else, and to develop very rapidly, because I was so hooked in Kundalini that I was like working 24/7 just because it was a passion, my interest. I was not doing out of must, but out of pure joy and self-help too, and a desire to share with people. So this is it. And my credit, sure, now it's closed, 5 years. I was paying out this credit. Sure, I was overpaying, but this is my price I paid for the chance I received in reality. So again, bills, obligations. If we change attitude as I'm investing in something for the future, for instance, this is a good energy, which is a state, the state inside you. And no matter what we are doing in reality, guys, we receiving the outcome, which is equal our state, our idea about ourselves. You can do many things in life, do many actions, and apply the best marketing in your business. But if inside you there is idea that this is my financial ceiling and I cannot break through it, or no one wants to buy my services, unfortunately, reality will be reproducing only the idea about yourself again and again, like Groundhog Day. So, sure, some techniques like sleep deprivation, they are helping a lot, because when you are high naturally, all these programs are not influencing you. They are kind of in a mute mode, and you feel such power and such self-belief and confidence you never felt before. I connect this with dopamine release, that we're becoming a little bit more trustful to the reality and ourselves. Like, I can do anything. Everyone would say, and that's why in sleep deprivation, during sleep deprivation, we attract a lot, because these 3D programs with self-doubts and many bouquet of many things, idea about yourself falls apart. It's just not existing, or it's not so annoying as your daily installed groundhog living. So if we limited ourselves and we have this position of deficiency, that everything is not enough, we will be reproducing deficiency in outside reality. So we need to hack the linear logic of events. Linear perception, this is how your mind scripts the future. So what I mean, for instance, I have a goal to receive this or that, and my mind wants to plan. Sure, in linear perception of the time, it starts to say, okay, I will do this and receive this, and after this event will be this, and after a year I will receive this. So it kind of tries to predict and build all scenario and plan ahead. But this is a huge mistake, because you can flip your reality in 1 second if you will erase all your previous beliefs. Just nullifying your brain in the moment and say, like, no, there are, for instance, some events in people's life that were like unpredictably good, that one call, decides everything. Someone called me and I'm in a different country, different status, doing different things. This is possible. And I had this maybe not so abrupt flips of reality, but I had them when I was more in the moment and more in like my practices. So yes, again, you need to allow yourself, at least out of the concept that if money, for instance, today is about money for some reason, but I think it's helpful for everyone. If today I'm as a space of my life need something, then I'm not looking at numbers, how much it costs. I just have this impulse that I need this to have. I want it, like some shoes or whatever, some necessity. And you as a space, living only now, can afford yourself everything. And only your mind can build out of fear such thought, again, only thought, such assumption that if I pay now, money won't arrive. And this is, again, only your mind draws this picture. And it's hard to compare what would be if we won't be afraid to lose money in this state of deficiency. Maybe there would be so much opening new proposals, new opportunities that we would never see them even. To see opportunities is also a skill, because some people are closing themselves anything because they just don't want to break through their comfort zone and do something completely differently. Go somewhere or talk to someone who they never talked before. But this all, guys, is the foundation of expansion of our life and our growth. For instance, you can shift your life when you need some object. Reality will show you that you don't need to have money for this even. You will be given for free, or something will happen. Advice here is try not to build any assumptions regarding reality with your mind. This will really trap and narrow your opportunities. Like, it's better to feel like that I don't know what happens to me, but I'm ready for this anticipation of good things coming. This is very good sensation, anticipation, as you are excited about what comes. And this will give you a lot of cool things in life. When our anticipation is opposite, this is expectation of bad things. We are forming them only because we have such a repeated scenario in life when we were not lucky, and as if this black line in life never ends. We should understand that we are forming the time. There's no linear perception. And time is the phenomena inside our head, which we ourselves define. What I mean, we defined when this will happen, when I will have family, by what age I should or will have this or that. We ourselves writing the script of even our time. But as I suggest everyone to become timeless, it can be the foundation of endless life. It's better to be open to any opportunities, anything coming to you. And this is what I'm saying. And here, sure, there should be a little bit less ego, because ego is very impatient, is very scared that he won't be in time, that this will never happen. But it's, again, because the lack of understanding that if I want something, I will have it, you know? If I know this, I'm not trusting, hoping I know this, it will. We can stretch the time inside our head if we slow down. When we're hurrying, we accelerate the time and aging. When we're slowing down, we are mastering informing our reality out of relaxation and trust. Because, you know, FOMO, fear of missing out, is a very bad thing. If we think that everyone lives full life and I'm just sitting here doing nothing, this is illusion. This is what color you will give to this, your position in life right now. If you will say that this is bad, you got sick, this is bad. It will be bad. If you got sick, you say, okay, I have now time to rest and to just relax, do nothing. Cool. I will be watching movies. I will be reading books. I will be self-analyzing, whatever you will be meditating. A bunch of things you can do. Just rest and forget about the whole world. And believe me, you will recover super fast. If you are waiting for some event to come, you will be always reproducing the waiter, someone who waits. And this waiter will be always you. So why people can't accelerate some events to come faster? Only because they are in a waiting position, in expectation. When? And they endlessly reproducing the idea of when. I'm waiting, endlessly. And this happens postponement of realization. And we live in only in present moment, because if we attach to something we want to happen in future, when I become rich, I will be this. When I become that, it's illusion again. All our reality teaches us and shows us that we need to live only in present moment, here and now. No other way. It's impossible. It's impossible to be happy if you are not living one day of your life endlessly. This is kind of flipping your brain. It's pretty hard to install this new attitude towards reality. I'm everything in my life, so I can have everything. And I'm ready to receive. I'm allowing myself to receive everything I want. As a space, not as a personality even, as ego mind. Again, ego mind only postpones realization because it has a lot of doubts, fears, worries. It's better to be in neutral position of acceptance of everything that comes. If you will accept the idea that you can benefit even out of bad things, you won't be afraid of any obstacles, any problems, because you won't be given them definition as a problem. You will be saying, this is a task, it's interesting thing, how I can flip this situation to my own benefit. And this is a proactive psyche, or the psyche of the creator, not a victim. And this is very important. reality will probably have this inertia, reproducing some scary pictures around you to pull you back to your normal perception of yourself, who you are in the game. But if you will ignore these so-called events as a check, as exam, gradually with time, you will form completely different reality, which will be based on your new state and your new idea of yourself. And the third day will be the choosing your new strategies in life, in everything. Even within one day, you choose your actions, and you choose not suffering, but you choose pleasure. You ask yourself, what I want to do for my pleasure right now, what will bring me happiness? And you stop riding that horse. You stop doing out of must, because this is what drains energy. No matter what, as if future doesn't exist, tomorrow never comes, I'm living my own the best day. People like the psychological trick. If you imagine this is the last day of your life, what you would be doing, what you would be saying. It's not a good example, because usually the illusion of death in people creates a panic. And someone like go to extremes, like I will be drugging myself all day long and just like on the heroin or something. Someone would say like, I will be saying how I love everyone. This is not a good example. No, it will be a common day, but you will be connected to such self-love and allowing yourself, like a baby in Disneyland, have any toy, any small even joy. And you will be feeding into the life out of joy, because we're here to have the pleasure and joy of life endlessly. We are so sinking inside the swamp of our previous concepts about who we are and what our life is all about, that we think that we only have obligations, we only owe something to someone endlessly, I need to help this guy, I need to do this for my mother. And we are not focusing on what would energize me, what would give me pleasure and energy. Maybe it will be just very slow day when you will just walking in the nature and forgetting about all your life. So you also open new opportunities and interests, because when we are blocked with fear and the idea that everything is hard, we cannot be easy. We cannot unblock excitement and interest. That, okay, maybe it will be interesting to learn and like apply to this educational program, to have this new skill, not because I need this. We have no energy where we are not following our own script. So if we stop deceiving ourselves, we will be living our life, not a life of person who is afraid and just following as if comfortable path, but he will never happy on this path. What's the point? And I also was facing such moment in life that I was saying, okay, if even I have less money, but at least I'm doing what I love. And when I was releasing this fear of like lacking money all the time, reality would show me that yes, there's nothing to be afraid of, because even if you don't have money, you will be given by some other people, random events, or some just opportunities. And it's very hard to convince your mind that you will survive no matter what. And even if something goes wrong, you will flip this situation to your own benefit. This is a very good skill of adaptability of psyche. We are building the new strategy of life. Since now on, I'm doing only in the moment what I love, at least for 90%. And where I need to do something, at least I'm understanding that this is just inertia of my old self, which is still dragging behind me and trying to pull me. But I'm renting myself out. I'm doing actions without emotional coloring. And here you also need to go out of social programs, because social influence and fears are very imposed. That if you won't have a job, you won't survive. You need to be like everyone, working 5-2. You need this, you need because it's impossible. What you will be like, how you're supposed to live, where you will have money from. But the money are inside you already. You just need to cash them out. You are ATM yourself. They are within you, within your state. And what gifts you have inside, you just need to express, and sure, you will have money out of people. No, they are here to exchange with you. What you give them, they give you part of their energy in form of money. But in general, your attitude towards your life is like you are creator, you're taking responsibility in good way, responsibility for your joy, responsibility to have decision, to be always happy. Because happiness, guys, is decision, is a focus of attention, how we see reality. So positivity is a little bit different. Positivity is sometimes closing your eyes on troubles. But here is more neutral. neutral observation with pragmatic and rational assumptions regarding life. So I'm enjoying my life, and I'm choosing new strategies of my life. And the fourth day will be balancing and, let's say, coordination in the moment in life in general. For instance, you have some previous great fuck-ups or troubles, which was like a heavy load, like a luggage behind you. You just stop giving them your attention as if they are not existing. If you need to do something to close maybe some court issue or financial debt or something which is like draining your energy and you don't want to even to think about it, but you kind of deny, you need to look at the situation and say, okay, this situation belongs to my previous strategies. But right now, I'm a completely new person. This is from another lifeline. It's not belonging to me. It's not existing in my reality right now. I'm nullifying this situation. And believe me, you can even cancel some, rewrite your past. In this manner, you are rewriting your past. This is very hard to comprehend with mind, but actually it's like Mandela effect a little bit in your own scenarios. Like, you don't remember about this, you're not worrying about this, you switched your attention into the formation of good events because you already enjoy life and choosing yourself each second of time. And your previous problems are kind of nullified, or they are being solved on their own. Just something miraculously happened, and you don't need to like provide documents somewhere or pay for something, it also happens. Only the idea that this event exists is feeding this event and gives it life, because you're creating with your energy this event and supporting this event as existing in your reality. We are forming everything, and we are holding in our space some concept about who we are in this life. And if you erase all limits, then you will shift your reality very quickly. You need to set inside you the idea of who you want to live from your body. And again, this concept is completely opposite what people usually coaches, life coaches saying like, Tony Robbins, set your goals and just go there. It's ego mind fighting. But you are living in simplicity, in ease, and out of joy, in playful mode all the time. And you want to live not to achieve the goal, strive for this, your rights, blah, 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 like, this masculinity approach. Even if you're a man, if you are transurfer and 5D person and man, this simplicity also applies to you. It's not feminine energy. It's just how reality works in ease and fast manifestations. So you don't need to fight, because the idea of fighting creates obstacles. You need something to be fighting with, right? So reality gives you something to fight with endlessly. So obstacles and problems will never end. Yeah, and some helpers on the way is like, I'm always lucky. Money are always enough for me and my purposes within this one day. Tomorrow I will be provided by universe because show must go on. My game as a main player here. This body plays the game. So it will be supported by the system, by the matrix to continue its game. The only condition here is my interest to play the game. And the game is useless if it's full of suffering and bad games, because it's just not giving pleasure. That's why we're not suffering anymore. We're choosing easiness of life and no importance behind any events. Again. So I'm directing the movie, and when something comes to my life, I'm saying this event in my life will help me to become more rich, more prosperity will arrive to me. And again, not of ego mind concept, but out of feeling of joy and more freedom. Because money is freedom, it's opportunities to give even more. Because if I will be even more joyful, I will be giving even more. And this is like a snowball. And I need to understand one concept, that I'm already having everything right now. I just not yet seen this in my reality. But it will definitely come true. Maybe tomorrow even, maybe right now. This is how, if you erase all limits of your mind, you can manifest out of nothing, out of air. And I believe in some altered state of consciousness, this is when our super abilities also being activated. Because mind is really doubtful. It doesn't want to believe. And this is a problem. So if you combine all 4 days in one, it will be just life in the moment, out of joy, and without feeding your previous self concepts and saying, yeah, it was my former self, but now I live completely new life as I only born. I don't remember what was happening yesterday. And when you will be hooked in this game, you will be feeling more and more joyful when the events will start being less dramatic, more joyful, and synchronicity will pour on you. So try not to go nuts. when miracles will start happening in your life more and more. And here is also very important to be joyful, even out of some small shifts, some small events, which are like breadcrumbs on the way, on this way. Because if you will be feeding this joy, like, oh, and this happened for my benefit, and this happened only for me, and you will be like more charging this anticipation regarding your future.